Hello, this is Automotive Reviews. Thanks for coming to the channel. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Today we have here an awesome Bulgarian work of art. Now, people have been warming up to the idea of an all-electric hypercars, with the Tesla Roadster being a prime example. These silent beasts promise to deliver a massive performance without harming the environment. A concept almost every gearhead can get behind. Now that the race for electric supremacy is in full swing, lots of smaller competitors are coming out the woodwork. Manufacturers like Rimac with the C2 are making big waves. And now the Bulgarian upstart Alieno has released some more teaser pics of the interior of the Arcanum hypercar, which is promised to blow every other rival out of the water with its massive performance. And believe me, folks, there's nothing like this. It's awesome. It sort of reminds you of the Lamborghini Aventador with its setup. But it does have a style all of its own. The Alieno Arcanum is an all-electric hypercar that will produce a claimed 5,221 horsepower. Had to stop on that one because it sounds unbelievable. Reaching a top speed of 303 miles per hour, and all for a power to rate ratio of up to 2.64 horsepower per kilogram in its highest state of tune. Now, order books have been opened up since 2018, and we are yet to see one in the flesh, but for now, the company has released some new interior shots. The interior is clearly dominated by hexagons, which feature in everything from the door panels to the multiple digital displays. And it's sort of amazing when you look at it. A digital display mounted to the dashboard, while adaptive LED lighting can change the mood of the with the touch of a screen. The interior also features Alieno pre-preg carbon Kevlar details, with leather and Alcantara and racing 6-point harnesses for the bucket seats. The cabin is fully air conditioned and features a quick release steering wheel, robotic paddle box, and variable ratial steering. The Arcanum also features a large luggage compartment behind the rear seats. Inko Echev, Chief Designer Officer of Alieno and Chief Designer of Arcanum, says this version of the interior of the Alieno Arcanum is an exterior of the car exterior. The shapes complement each other, and the same visual language is used and transferred inside, forming a symbiosis between the elements and the overall theme is ultra-modernism, with some sci-fi and futuristic accents. Alieno clearly nailed the futuristic element. Enchev goes on to say, our inspiration for the interior comes from the cockpits of military fighters and science fiction movies, such as Avatar and Prometheus. According to Alieno, the Arcanum will retail between $878,000 for the base model and $1.5 million and $1.75 million for the top model. Now, it's just a matter of waiting to see if the car will actually become a reality. Now, when you look at this car, you have to say to yourself, Aventador, is that you? There's now yet another mind-blowing hypercar on the horizon, and here it is. Meet the Alieno Arcanum, an all-electric two-door, two-seat robotic hypercar from Bulgaria with alien technologies from the future, and they claim to be the first of its kind. Look at those mirrors. They almost look like airplane wings coming out the side of their cameras. Now, for starters, we have to admit the credibility of the company from the small Balkan country is completely unconfirmed at the moment. So we can't be entirely sure whether this whole thing isn't just some kind of technology or CGI. The brand was created in 2015, and its name is derived from the Italian word Alieno, which obviously means alien. That literally all we know so far about this. Now, based on the power, the company first ever model will have 4 versions. The base model, which is going to be a 2,610 horsepower, followed by the flagship, which is the 5,221 horsepower version. So there's going to be a 2,610 horsepower version. Then after that, there's another version, which is going to be a 3,482 horsepower version. And then you'll have the 4,351 horsepower version, and the flagship being 5,221 horsepower. Now, acceleration times are not yet available, but Alieno claims the range topper will be able to hit a maximum speed of 303 miles per hour. Now, the Devil 16 specs seem much more plausible, you would think. Now, each version will be offered in 3 basic modifications: the STR, which is known as the street version, and the TRC, which is known as the track version, and the RCE, which is the race version. Now, the specification and basic dynamic characteristics are the same, and the cars only differ by the standards and homologations that meet. Alieno says it even able to prepare an example to meet the regulations of the LMP1 category of the 24-hour of Le Mans, once the rule allows the participation of battery-powered all-electric cars. Alieno Arcanum is an all-electric hypercar from the future with a brutal technical superiority, which is in the basis of the DNA of the brand Alieno. Explains Ahmed Michev, founder, CEO, and chief technical officer and chief constructor of the brand. This, our first debut model, expresses clearly the mission of Alieno to create hypercars with alien technologies from the future into the present. Alieno Arcanum does not follow the rules, but it creates new ones, providing an extremely exciting driving experience and enjoyment. But wait, there's more. The powertrains of the hypercar is what Alieno describes as a direct drive electric powertrain, which, depending on the versions, features up to 6 electric motors per wheel. What this means is the RP5 top model, with 5,221 horsepower, have a system with 24 electric motors, each one controlled individually. These are AC 3-phase axial flux electric motors with permanent magnets. Sounds like some amazing stuff. Alieno also claims the torque and the powertrains as a system. And the wheels is identical. 6,490 pound-feet. 8,800 newton meters. 5,458 pound-feet of torque. Respectively, the powertrain uses a battery with graphene LiPo cells and supercapacitors and has a capacity of between 60 kilowatts and 180 kilowatts, with the largest package providing up to 634 miles of range. This just sounds amazing. Actually, the numbers sounds more amazing than Tesla. But what we're looking at here is an amazing car. Now, the debut of the first model, Alieno Arcanum, is definitely the most powerful hypercar the world has ever seen. And it boldly claims, the chief test pilot says, not only is it the most powerful car, but it's robotic and all electric. This means that it is so much faster in any way than the equivalent in power ordinary combustion engine. This is due to the high efficiency of the electric motors and the innovative Alieno technologies that's built into the car. The Arcanum rides on robotic suspension with double wishbone and pushrod rocker arms and adjustable anti-roll bars, combined with electronically adjustable dampers and active ride height, fully independent per each wheel. Braking power is provided by 3 different systems: a traditional hydraulic system, a regenerative electromagnetic braking system, and again, a robotic air braking system. Optionally available and will be an air brake and also a parachute, just in case you feel like drag racing. Alieno says it will manufacture the Arcanum in Bulgaria only by customers' pre-orders. Order books are already open, with the prices starting at $878,000. And it's going to go all the way up to what I said earlier, $1.75 million in American money. Now, delivery time will vary from 18 to 30 months, depending on the customer's preference and chosen options. What an amazing car, folks. Every angle is just off the chain, folks. This is Automotive Reviews, and right now I'm just speechless. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
Get up and let's fight.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.